Hello and welcome everybody. It's Ruth here at artfulstampin.co.uk. So just a quick one tonight. I was going to do a twist and pop card the other night and didn't get around to doing it. So I thought I would do that with you tonight. I've been working on Artful Stampin School. So I'm just getting together the document for the first lesson. So for those of you who've signed up to that, I will be releasing all the information. Actually, I probably will email everybody the first one because I know not everyone is quite in the Facebook group yet. And also just make sure that there's a link to the Facebook group if you haven't already joined it. So we do have quite a number of folk who've joined up for that, and really quite excited about getting going with it. So when I kind of release the first lesson, there's no rush to get it done. You know, you have 2 weeks or so to get that done before we have our Zoom get together where we'll make our project. So don't panic. Hello, those of you on the live. Hello if you're watching on the replay. Hi, Mindy, Janice, Judy. Great to see you. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Miss Cheryl. You hope you're keeping warm. We're getting your kind of temperatures at the moment. Hi, Joanna. Johanna and Joanna are sitting next to each other. Awesome. I love it. And Lisa and Jane. Great to see you. All right, so let's get to the desk. I will go through measurements because I know that I've pre-cut this card base. I think basically I was having a bit of a clear out and I had some kits that I'd made for a class and then I've taken them apart. And so I've got all the measurements ready here for you. I will do some adaptations if needs be for my US friends who use 8.5 by 11. So don't panic. So you need to have a card base that's what I would call a tent folding, top folding, tent folding card. So this one measures 10.5 centimeters, but 4.25. 4.25 is fine. And this one measures just over 14.5 centimeters. I'm going to take it down to 14.5 just to make my life a bit easier. But for those of you in the States, you can just do that at 5.5, and that would be absolutely fine. Cheryl's willing to share with anyone wanting to make snowmen. Awesome. Joanna, the class is virtual. It's basically it will get released on Facebook and you will get an email. There's no kind of and there will be a video, but I will upload that and you can watch it at your own leisure. There's no specific time that you have to watch that. It will just get released at some point tomorrow. I need to film it, to be honest. I've got everything in my head that I need to say to you guys, and I've got a document to share. But yeah. Right, back to the card. Sorry. So card base with a tent folding top. Then you need to cut yourself a piece of cardstock that measures about 3 3/4 by about 8 inches if you're doing this in inches. 3 3/4 by 8 inches. But if you're doing it in centimeters, this one measures 20 centimeters by 9.5 centimeters. And then what you need to do is then score if you're doing it inches every 2 inches, or if you're doing it in centimeters every 5 centimeters. So basically you end up with a rectangle, a long kind of rectangle that actually, yeah, when you fold it up, it's basically a bit like a square really. But it has 4 sections to it, and then you need to kind of burnish all the edges of that so that you end up with a nice kind of concertina-y type thing. Hello, Shaz. Hi, Lisa. Lisa wants to do snowmen. Awesome. We can just throw some virtual snowballs right now. If anyone wants to throw virtual snowballs in the chat, see if you can find the snowflake emoji and just name the person that you want to throw your snowball at. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Oh, I've never thought of doing that before. Okay, and then for the mechanism, you need to cut a piece that's either two inches wide or 5 centimeters wide by 14 centimeters or approximately 5.5 inches. And then you need to score down the middle and then down the middle. So in centimeters, that would be 2.5 centimeters, and then by 7, or if it's in inches, it would be 1 inch by 2 3/4. So basically you end up with a kind of cross shape going through it. There we go. Oh, snowball, online snowball fight. I know, Patricia. Cheryl's just throwing out the snowballs. She's not naming anybody. She's just throwing them out there. Shaz has just thrown one at Lisa. Great. Right in the eye, Lisa. Although at the moment here, it's more like ice. It's not snow. It is literally ice. Oh, Holly's thrown one at me. I love it. Okay, so we're just going to set aside our sections for a minute and look at the paper. So this was the paper that kind of I wanted to use, and this was something that I created possibly on a live, but definitely I covered it in a live where we looked at embossing folder techniques, and then I did a class on this. We did a kind of real deep dive into using embossing folders, and this was achieved by using, if you've got some of these soft pastel collection assortment things, this was done by shaving the pastels onto the embossing folder and then spritzing it with water and then putting it through the embossing folder, and you end up with this amazing kind of colourful texture going on. So this is just so gorgeous that I think I do want it for the front cover. Do I want it for the front cover, or do I want it for the sections? Let's see, how much does this measure? Just 5 3/4. I mean, I could put panels of it in the middle, couldn't I? I did. Just eyeball that. I guess I could do 2.5 centimeter panels and then use some of it on the front cover. All right, I might do that. And then I went and just had a look at my stash of papers, and I grabbed out, this one's from that lovely wood collection in the current annual catalogue, and I just thought all the blues and things just look so nice next to that. And then I also grabbed out some Coastal Cabana cardstock and some of this from the there's a whole couple of collections near each other in the catalogue. I'll get all the details in a second. We're making a twist and pop card, Heather. Okay, so I can see that I've got a little bit of crumpling there in the corner, so I'm just going to take that off. And like I said, I'm going to do, I think, sections that are going to stick onto here. So if I cut there and there, what's that measure? 7.5, because what was that, 9? So this section here measures 5 by 9.5. So if I take that down to 7.5, so that's minus 2 centimeters. And then if I minus 2 centimeters from that, so that would be 3 centimeters by 7.5. Okay, so let's do that. 7.5. And I'm just going to cut 3 centimeter sections. 1, 2, and I'm pushing down quite hard because the card is textured now, and I just want that blade to really sink in properly. There we go. And I'm wondering whether that would look nice either backed onto a piece of that and See, I'm wondering whether to have that as the kind of the backdrop there, then that on top, then these pieces. Then I'm thinking a little bit of the coastal cabana. That's where my head is going with this. So if I cut this at 10 centimetres, I'm just going to put these aside a second. Hi, Carolee. You've had snow. Oh. You're spraying your snowman this colour of blue. Okay. Alright, let's just get this stuck down. Oh, where's my newer glue? Yeah, I've got 2 candles in my foot warmer tonight. Sorry, if that, for those of you who don't know, just before you worry that I'm going to go up in flames, I was gifted this amazing foot warmer that you put little tea lights into it, and it's completely safe. It's completely enclosed with metal, and it gets very toasty warm on your feet. It's lovely. All right, I like that. So I do have a little bit left over, and I'm thinking that would look nice on the front cover. And I'm not sure about using that denim, because it's like, why have I introduced the denim anyway? I'm not sure I'd have enough of it. Let's just do another sheet of this one. So let's see what I've got left here. Ooh, okay, take that down to 7. And then 14 minus 3 is 11. Okay, so that can go on the front cover. And then we'll do a matting layer. Yeah, that would look very nice. So we'll go 7.5 by 11.5. That will sit beautifully on the top of there, like so. So now I need to decide about these pieces here, and whether or not I just want to put the coastal cabana straight onto there. And then actually wondering about matting it with that instead. Because I don't think I have enough to do it. I could do it that way. The only thing is that I don't have enough for it to go. I don't think I have enough for it to go in that direction. I might have enough for it to go in this direction. How much have I got left? Just under 7 inches. So if I did, so that would be 4.5 plus 4.5 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. So I need 18 centimetres, which I don't have. Okay, that's fine. I'll go back to the drawing board. Let's go to here then. Cut this instead. So 9 by 4.5. So I need 4 of these. So I'm doing these panels just 1/2 centimetre less on both sides so that they'll fit onto here, like so. And just need to cut one more. Oh, is that going to work? I've got a dent in that one. Can't have a dent. Hi, Mary. Oh, I've forgotten what the measurement is. 9. Yeah, don't make us laugh too much. Talking about your bladders. Oh dear. Okay, so I've decided what I'm going to do is actually match then these pieces onto here like that. So these measure 7.5, so if we take that to 8, so 3.5. So this is a lot of chopping, but it is going to be worth it in the end because it's so nice to match, you know, something that you've created that's, you know, you've taken the time to create it with all those lovely colours. And one way to make it really stand out is by putting a nice dark contrast behind it to frame it. You know, this is why we frame artwork, because it helps to give it a bit of a focal point and draws your eye in. So, and in our case, you know, if you've created a lovely piece of paper, you know, you want to show that off. So, let's stick these on. You know what, I've just realised that I've got some, the bottom of this is a little bit scraggy. So I'm going to shift these up slightly and then possibly cut off that a little bit of the bottom. Just going to take a little slither off. No, 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 no. Don't do that to me. Behave yourself. Oh, it's being really naughty. Okay, that was close. That was very close. Right, I kind of want these in order of how I cut them. Sorry, in order of how they appear. There we go. Oh, look at that. It looks so dramatic, doesn't it? So I'll bring it a bit lower down for you. I like that. Just shows that off so beautifully, doesn't it? Oh, yes, of course, a sheep. They're not in, obviously not in barns then. Don't know where to bring. They'll be coming into your house, Shaz. They'll just be, you know, wandering in. The dogs will be a bit miffed. Wasn't there a Zoom class when you had a sheep wander in? I'm sure that happened once. Yeah. They did. Wow, they know the way. Okay, so that is the twist and pop panel that's going to go in the middle, like so. Let's just sort out the front cover. Get that all stuck down, and then we'll do the magical middle section that makes it all come together. I mean, this is a really great example of how to use just basically a 6x6 piece of imagery and really stretch it and use as much as possible of it. I've got maybe, what, a little piece panel there left over. Now, as per usual, I've not done a sentiment. You could put a sentiment on the front. Oops. Went off there, went off piece. But with something so pretty, I don't know, I'm a bit reluctant to cover it up. There you are, your pet sheep. Oh. Okay, so this is where I need to remember how to do this. So we've got our kind of mechanism piece here, and you need to really burnish that well, because the card really needs to know what it's doing. So I'm folding it backwards and forwards. Okay, so do you want to come a bit closer for this? So I need to fold this card on a diagonal so that this fold here meets that one there, like so. We'll really burnish that, and backwards as well. Okay, and then the same again. So I've just turned it over. So I did it that way, didn't I? So I'm turning it over and doing the same again. And basically I want that to meet that fold there to meet this long one. Again, really burnishing it so it has no excuse. So that what I'm going to do now is push these edges in, or folds in rather, to create this kind of like arrowhead. That's what I'm kind of aiming for. And you can, if you want to, you can snip off that little point. And I'm just going to straighten this up here, just because I'm being pedantic. Don't have to do that. But, all right. So this section here is going to get stuck into there, like so. So what you do is you take your glue and you spread a good amount, but a thin amount of glue on the arrowhead, as it were. Okay, the pointy bit of your mechanism, and you're going to pop that in the middle, like so. And mine's not quite touching the fold. And then you fold that over, give that a really good rub. Okay. So when it folds down, you can see that closes. That closes and folds down inside it. All right, so then when it comes to sticking your mechanism, you kind of want to create you want a kind of W shape. That's what we're aiming for. And so I would fold the two ends in like that, and place it over the top so that you've got so that should be basically in the middle of your card, like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to apply glue in two places only. All right, the top left square, you can see like here you've got like two rectangles showing. You just want to put glue in that top rectangle there and the bottom rectangle here. That is it. Do not be tempted to put glue anywhere else, because it will completely spoil how the mechanism works. And again, you want a thin amount, lots of it, but a thin amount. So spread it around. So I'm squeezing very gently on this tombow and then spreading as I go. And then you're going to open that up and push down, open that up and push down. Do not be tempted to let go just yet. Just make sure that's all stuck down well. Flip it over. Okay. And then when you think it's stuck down, you can try and close your card. So when you first do this, I tend to sort of help it along a little bit. So this is coming up, and then this closes, and then that should twist into your card like so. So when it's closed, that's how it looks when it's closed. And it is quite bulky because we did a lot of layers. But then that then pops up as a really fun little twist and pop. So there is this great big section here that if you wanted to add a sentiment here and here, or a section to write in, you could of course do that. Got that little piece left over, which I guess you could mount a sentiment onto the top of there if you wanted to. And then a piece, yeah, could put a piece somewhere. Or if you've got a lovely die cut with like a word die cut or something, that could go there. So right, like magic, just like that, magic. So this is a really nice mechanism for if you're doing book making as well. I wouldn't put as many layers as I've done. I mean, this has got 1, 2, 3 layers of paper and card. stuck to their mechanism. So I think that's probably the thickest, the most amount I've ever done. But we just wanted to do that to frame everything so beautifully. So it was kind of worth it. So there we go. That's the twist and pop card. So what was I going to say? Oh, that embossing folder. That embossing folder is this one here, which is still available. It's called Layered Florals. Well, I say it's available. I think it is. I think it's in the annual catalogue. Let me just double check. Yes, it is. Number 10 on page 129. Layered Florals 3D. So that's still available. Then the papers that I have used are found somewhere in this catalogue. I know it's in here somewhere. It's all that woodsy one, isn't it? Ah, here it is. On page 51, you've got that lovely collection of wood. So it's country woods and country lace. Oh no, I didn't end up using it, but that is a nice alternative. You could use that if you wanted to. That's in that collection, the country woods one. So I use that one. I love this paper. I could just use it over and over and over again. It's really versatile. You know, as you can see, it goes with florals really beautifully. Yeah. So. Oh, thank you, Joanna. Ah. Yeah, it might make an appearance in Artful Stampin School, this twist and pop. So yeah, see, I think we might do it as one of the projects at some point, alongside all the stamping you're going to be doing. So there we go. So if any of you are still wondering about signing up for Artful Stampin School, you've got another day to sign up if you're thinking about it. If you do have any questions, just email me and let me know. Also, just a reminder, if you're in my team, you can sign up for half price. So do let me know. Probably the best thing to do with that is when you go to checkout with Book When for Artful Stampin School, there's two options. There's one, either you can pay the whole amount straight away, or you can click on an option to, I think it says something like pay offline or something. And so if you're in my team, you need to message me and get the code for, there's a specific PayPal link to pay half price. So or if you want to pay just in installments, 6 installments throughout the whole year. Oh, thank you, Bergamot Tea. I like Bergamot Tea. That's such a great handle. Yeah, so if you have any queries about that, let me know. So for those of you who've taken part in my Zooms before, Artful Stampin School is slightly different in that it's a whole kind of like year program of us learning together, and we're doing that mainly in the Facebook group. In terms of sharing ideas and things, and yeah, the Zoom will be a kind of a get together for me to explain a project, but there will be quite a lot of us in there potentially, so it's not as intimate perhaps as some of my previous Zoom classes, but I will try and figure out how we can kind of all get to know each other throughout the course of the year, because we have a year together, which is really fun. Right, there you go. Thank you so much for joining. And there we go, twist and pop card. If you need the measurements, just go back to the beginning of the video where I shared all those measurements. All right, lovelies. Take care for now. I'm not sure if I'll do a live tomorrow. It depends how I am, because I've got a class tomorrow evening. So there's still time to sign up to that one. It's the hashtag and tri-cluster stamping one. I will quickly show you some of the results of what you'll be stamping. So it's the one where we stamp from 3 points inwards. Oh, hello bug. Don't want you there. So you need to do this class, you need a biggish stamp, lots of leaves and flowers basically. So there we go, those are just examples of that. And then the hashtag is where we stamp with four big lines on a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. So ideally you do need to have a 12 by 12. If you don't have 12 by 12, it can be done on 8.5 by 11 or A4. We just do one in one direction and then two like that. But there we go. So that's the class taking place tomorrow. There's still time to sign up to that if you would like to join us. I think we have we've got 4 people I think signed up to that one. So there is lots of space on that class. So if you're perhaps wanting to learn how to stamp this way, the timing of that one is 7 o'clock my time. So if you're in the US, if you're on the East Coast, you're looking at about 2 p.m. in the afternoon. If you're West Coast, you're looking at about maybe 11 a.m., 12 p.m. If you're in Hawaii, I think it's 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. And then for those of you who are in the South Pacific, you're looking at possibly 5 o'clock in the morning towards 9 o'clock in the morning, depending where you are. So there we go. I'm using the new Everyday You and Me set. Vicky, is that the one with the roses in? That came with that scrapbook kit that you got. Thank you, Cheryl. It's really lovely to see you here. You're welcome, Shaz. You're welcome, everybody. Nice to see you. The scrapbooking, is that from the scrapbooking? What's the word I want? The new scrapbooking products. Just gonna wait for Vicky to reply to me. Did you get the bundle then? I'm very tempted with that. I think it's very nice. What's new? Yes. Oh, just waiting for Vicky to reply to me. Yes, it is the one with the roses. Yes. Oh, are you bringing that to class then, Vicky? Yeah, that would be gorgeous. Everyday You and Me. So the other day when I did the catalogue kind of looking at new products, that was the one that I really highlighted as something that I thought would be great if you're new to this style of stamping. So, oh, excuse me. Yeah, very nice. All right, my lovelies, I'm out of here. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll leave you that to look at, and I'll see you hopefully soon. If I don't, as I said, I'll see how I am Friday. If not, it'll be Monday, or maybe a surprise little jump on. I don't know at some point, but no, I've got to be careful with my time. All right, lots of love.